Hey doggies, there's a lizard in the house. Get to grilling, we're gonna cook up some good meat.
Don't ever do that again.
Remember those Power of the Prime Pretenders that looked like they were capsule toys? Those were originally based on the Pretenders, just a little nod to something obscure. But it seems Legacy is trying to bring them back, yet in a much different way. Instead of using a shell to conceal the transforming robot inside, the alien-like shell has become the robot form transforming into the same vehicle. Their first attempt at the idea comes with Iguanus, who hasn't received a figure in the same name since Beast Wars. Special thanks to T-Formers 2002 for sending this. Iguanus transforms into a bike, a very disjointed bike at that. Yeah, it's not much of a robot in disguise, but I like to think of it as the other way around. Like, his robot form is based on the creature, and he disguises the fact that he's actually a transformer. There, Pretender still has meaning. It's all beams and limbs for the most part, but Pretenders didn't really have the most gorgeous alt forms to begin with. I find it ironic his arms look like he's holding handlebars. Speaking of, I wish he had them. If you're gonna make weird scale bikes, at least let me have fun having others drive them. I do appreciate the windscreen to cover the face and the tail as a seat. Wheels roll okay, but it's tricky to stand. Unless you plug something or pop out a limb, it's hard to balance. Not impossible. Also, here's all the limbs out for no reason. You can attach the weapon on top as some blaster piece, but still, it doesn't add handlebars. Oh well, I still want to repaint to ride it like the Studio Series Junkions. So yeah, it's just a small core class bike. Well, hardly, but it's not anything you really want to nitpick with. It falls apart at the seams with little effort on hiding, but it almost feels like that would be missing the point. It's just dumb, but fun as hell. Robot mode. You might be a pretender, but you can't fool me. I see through the disguise. This is Steve Buscemi's character in Monsters, Inc. I do like the bot being inspired by the shell rather than the bot itself. It makes him stand out with the scaly texture and animalistic head. My theory for the alt mode continues when it seems like a backpack here, as the main bike components get out of the way. While I'm adoring all the sculpted details for a core class, it's painted well enough, with black arms, red, a gold chest, and gray belt. I even like that he's got a little tail. The head is crazy, with the spikes on the side and a big Joker smile, a snarling nose, and yellow eyes. He feels like he's part of another franchise like Ninja Turtles. Did someone say articulation? Head rotation, ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows, waist rotation, ball joint hips, ball joint knees, and ball joint feet. I will admit, I do have one issue with this Energon monster. I think the head is way too restricted, not moving up or not being able to rotate much. But it's good otherwise, especially with the waist and foot joint you'd see on bigger figures. Let's take a look at the accessory. He comes with a small scale miniature Star Wars ship. It's some sort of blaster with red energy. I don't know, you can add a blast effect or plug it with the smaller or normal size peg. Why is it like this? Take the weapons of Hot Rod and Skywarp and make... well, it's still Hot Rod's sword, but with a bigger and chunkier hilt that can't even straighten unless the peg is shaved. It's not worth it. Except it kind of resembles the Minicon swords. Funny enough, the waist and feet joint aren't the only things from the larger bots. There's 5mm peg holes in the feet, back of the legs, and his back. The hands use the smaller ones, but underneath the hands adapt to 5mm ports. I think he has the most portholes for this scale. This is actually a pretty fun little guy. While the alt mode is weird, it feels like it's meant to be, or at least meant to be simple enough. I would like a kickstand though. The robot mode is where it's at. Seeing what else they had planned on doing for the Pretenders in this style, I think they could do a lot with the free roam of referencing and changing. I mean, we've seen most of them at this point, but this is still pretty cool. Special thanks to T-Formers 2002 for sending this. Paint it green and sell car insurance.
AllSpark TV. Now that's just prime.